Jai Hind everybody, welcome to English class. So today we will discuss a very interesting topic, that is figure of speech. You all are familiar with the figure of speech, as when we study poem, when we study stories, so we often encounter or we often come across these figure of speech. So now what is figure of speech? Figure of speech, they are the collection of words, or you can say they are the phrases also, that possess a separate meaning from its literal meaning. मीन्स जो लिटरल मीनिंग है उससे अलग डिपिक्ट करते हैं. एंड दीज they can be a word, or it can be a group of words, or it can be a phrase. Okay, for example, I say the waves rolled mountain high. So here what is what it is trying to indicate, ki the waves were so high, they were so high than the mountain, that they were moving very high to the up to the mountains. So waves were so high. So here you can say that the figure of speech, they add beauty, to the sentence, or to any sentence we are saying. Like the poet used different types of sentences just to increase, or just to add the beauty to their poems. So this beauty is achieved by these figure of speech. Okay, that, like, one example I have told you, like the waves rolled mountain high. Okay, so such type of phrases, or such type of group of words, they are used as a figure of speech. Now there are different types of figure of speech. For example, metaphor, simile, okay, and then alliteration, hyperbole, personification, apostrophe. So we'll be discussing one by one, all the figure of speech we will discussing one by one. So first let's start with the alliteration. Okay, now alliteration is a term which is used to describe the literary device in which a series of words began with the same consonant sound. Okay, in this, a series of words, usually two or more neighboring words, have the same consonant sounds. However, sometimes repetition of sound inside occur inside a word. For example, she sells seashells by a seashore. So you all must have done tongue twisters. Tongue twisters जो हम लोग बोलते हैं. So tongue twisters are what? They are nothing. It is a type of figure of speech. And what is the type? That is alliteration. अब इसमें होता क्या है, जो कॉन्सोनेंट्स होते हैं, यू ऑल नो कॉन्सोनेंट्स एंड वॉवल, ए आई ओ यू आर द वॉवल्स, और उसको छोड़ के रेस्ट ऑल आर द कॉन्सोनेंट्स. सो कॉन्सोनेंट साउंड जो है इसमें रिपीट होती है. लाइक यू कैन सी she sell seashells by the seashore. So here s is repeating in each word, okay, in the neighboring words. So if you get a sentence like this, then you can quickly make out that the figure of speech is what? That is the alliteration. For example, the crowd cheered when the champion hit the challenger with a chair. The crowd cheered when the champion hit the challenger with the chair. So here you can see this word C. C is a consonant. So this C word is repeating. Okay, is repeating after it is repeating after every word. So here you can make out that it is alliteration. But only you have to take care that the words, the starting word should be consonant. Okay, consonant होना चाहिए. Okay. Now this is the definition of alliteration. Okay, alliteration, the repetition within a line or phrase of the same initial sound or letter. Example, one mother who is tried all the time from buttoning and bottling and babying. So now what I said कि neighboring words जो हों उनमें अगर sound आ रही है same consonant sound, then it is a alliteration. So here you can see you can get the sound of B. B की आ रही है buttoning, bottling and babying. So again it is alliteration. Okay. Now let's discuss another figure of speech, that is hyperbole. Now hyperbole is it is the use of exaggeration as a rhetorical device or figure speech. It may be used to evoke strong feeling or to create a strong impression, but is not meant to be taken literally. Hyperboles are exaggerations to create emphasis or effect. Okay, hyperboles are used in speeches. Now hyperboles, these are the extravagant information, in extravagant statement you can say, बढ़ा चढ़ा के बोलना जिसको हम बोलते हैं. ओके, और it involves an exaggeration of ideas को बहुत बढ़ा चढ़ा के बोलना, just to make a effect, बस इफेक्ट क्रिएट करने के लिए दूसरे पे, ताकि दूसरा जो है उसको ध्यान दे. Like it was so cold, I saw polar bears wearing jacket. Now here, अगर if you will see the literal meaning, so literal meaning it's not possible. ठीक है, हमने फिगर ऑफ स्पीच में यही पढ़ा था कि whatever the sentence denote, उसकी literal meaning कुछ और होती है, but फिगर ऑफ स्पीच की यही ब्यूटी है. ओके, सो इफ़ यू से इट वॉज सो कोल्ड, यहाँ कहना क्या चाह रहे हैं, बस यही मीनिंग है कि इट वॉज इंटेंस कोल्ड, it was very very much cold. I saw polar bears wearing jacket, कि polar bears were wearing jacket. Is it possible? No, it is not possible. So here we are just adding more effect, we are making a statement more effective to have a long lasting effect on the listener. जो भी सुन रहा है वो उसको और उस पर इफेक्ट पड़े. सो तो किसी भी चीज़ को बढ़ा चढ़ा के बोलना इज, यू कैन से इट इज़ अ हाइपरबोल. A figure of speech that uses exaggeration to express strong emotions, to make a point, or to evoke humor. So for this we use such statements. Okay, like I have a tons of work to do. For example, I say I have a tons of work to do. So tons means, you all know the measurement ton. So is it real ki the tons of work you can do? So it is just to emphasize कि I am overburdened, कि मेरे पास बहुत सारा काम है. बस यहाँ कहना ये चाह रहे हैं, बट हम अपनी बात को थोड़ा सा और ब्यूटिफाई करके, बढ़ा चढ़ा के, एग्जैजरेट करके हम बोल रहे हैं. ओके, एन एक्स्ट्रावेगेंट स्टेटमेंट और फिगर ऑफ स्पीच नॉट इंटेंडेड टू बी टेकन लिटरली, मीन्स द लिटरल मीनिंग इज डिफरेंट. ओके, so now you can see these are the few examples. Okay, like this package weighs a ton. This package does not literally weigh a ton. This statement uses hyperbole to exaggerate the weight of a very heavy package, just to denote, just to point out कि that packet was very heavy only. So we have used this term कि this package weighs a ton. Now just see some more example. My grandmother is as old as the hills. So here the hills means the hills are very old, means they हम कह सकते हैं सालों पुरानी होती हैं हिल्स. तो यहाँ पे कहने का मतलब क्या है कि मेरी जो ग्रैंड मदर है वो बहुत ओल्ड है, बस सिंपल. योर सूटकेस वेज अ टन. She is as heavy as an elephant. So only just to denote कि she is overweighted. Okay, वो बहुत overweight है. तो that I am dying of shame. I am trying to solve a million issues these days. So that means कि I have a lot of work to do. So this is the way just to point out the things. Okay, some more examples are there. I am dying of laughter. The subject not literally dying, but is using hyperbole. Okay, so literally meaning is different, if you will say. Okay, but here just to evoke that sentence, that statement we have used. Okay, just to emphasize, just to create emphasis, or just to make a long lasting effect. Then hyperboles are also used in speech and writing for this effect. In poems also poet use the embellishment that a hyperbole creates, bring a particular intention to that thought or idea. Hyperboles are not meant to be taken literally, but stand out and create emphasis. So here if you will see, the literal meaning is not the same, but just to grab the attention of the listener we use such type of statements. Okay, Now we will discuss about another type of figure of speech, that is simile. So simile, it is a type of speech which is very common in poems. Okay, very common in poems. It is often used. Okay, this figure of speech is used to compare, to make a comparison. This figure of speech to make a comparison between two fundamentally dissimilar thing. दोनों dissimilar, बिल्कुल ही अलग चीज़ों के बीच में comparison. But these two dissimilar things, they have certain qualities in common. कुछ qualities उसमें common होती हैं. And one important thing here, the comparison is done with the words used, like words, two words are used for comparison, that is like and as. These two words are used for comparison. If in a sentence these like or as, either of the two word is present, then that means the figure of speech is simile. Because the next figure of speech you will study, that is metaphor. This is also a type of comparison only, but here no like and no as is used. Okay, so this you have to take care. Ki in simile we use like or as to make a comparison. And like in your lower classes you must have read the similes. For example, I say as coal, as black as coal, as green as grass, as white as snow, as black as coal. So here you can see the comparison is done and word as is used. So but these are totally two dissimilar things, but they have certain qualities in common. कुछ qualities common है, like I say as green as grass. So common क्या है यहाँ, color common है. As black as coal, so what is common here, यहाँ पे जो color है that is common. Okay, so now let's talk about few examples that you can see. Some examples of simile, like our soldiers are as brave as lion. So here soldiers जो हैं उनका comparison किससे हो रहा है, lion से. जैसे lion और soldiers, they are both are brave. Her cheeks are red like a rose. So cheeks are compared with a rose. He is as funny as monkey. The water level was as dry as bone. He is cunning as a fox. So you can see the word like and as is used in all the sentences to make a comparison. Okay, so this you need to remember. If the sentence contain word like or as, then it is a simile. Okay, now let's move on to metaphor. Okay, so like we have discussed simile, so I have told you that simile and metaphor, they are almost similar, except in case of simile we use the word like or as. But in case of metaphor, there is we don't use like or as for comparing the things. Now the first thing is, what is metaphor? So metaphor again, it is used to compare two or more unlike things without using the word like or as. Like, she is the apple of my eye, that means ki she is very loving to me. Okay, now so now we come to the definition of metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech that makes an implicit, implied or hidden comparison between two things that are unrelated, means they don't have any relation to each other. When we are comparing the two things, that two things are totally unrelated, they don't have any relation, but they share some common characteristic. In other words, a resemblance of two contradictory or two different objects is made based on single or some common characteristic. So here also we make the comparison of two dissimilar things, but they have certain common qualities, as we did in simile. But here no like, no as is used. Now let's discuss some few more examples. Okay, this is again the definition. Now let's start with the few examples. We are going to discuss few examples so that you understand this metaphor better. Okay, my brother was boiling mad. So again you can see the beauty of writing. Like here it just the meaning of the sentence is ki he was too angry, but that sentence is beautified. That is the figure of speech. That's why we use figure of speech. So here, my brother was boiling mad. It just simply implies that he was too angry. He was very angry. Next, the assignment was a breeze. No, you all know breezes, लहरें. ठीक है, सी ब्रीज, लैंड ब्रीज आपने सुनी है. ओके, सो ब्रीज क्या होती हैं, बहुत लाइक बहुत स्मूथ और जेंटल होती हैं. So here the assignment was a breeze. Here just it implies that the assignment was not difficult. It was very easy. That it was done easily. Next example, it is going to be clear sky from now on. Okay, now here the clear sky means कि there is no threat. So life जो है, it will be going to be very easy without any hardship, without any difficulty. Our life will be very smooth now from now. Next example, the sky of his future began to darken. Now here what does this darkness means? He is a threat. Therefore what does this implies, this sentence, कि the coming times, the times which are coming, which are going to be, that will be very difficult for him, or very hard for him. means जो आने वाला समय है वो उसके लिए बहुत ही कठिनाइयों से भरा होगा, you can say. Okay, her voice is music to his ears. Like this implies that her voice makes him feel very happy. So her voice was so melodious that it makes him feel happy. So these are the few references, few examples for understanding metaphor. So I hope you have understood the difference, how to recognize simile and how to recognize metaphor. Okay, so in this lecture we have discussed the four your figure of speech, that is alliteration, hyperbole, simile and metaphor. Now in the next lecture we will be discussing the leftover figure of speech, that is your personification, imagery, then apostrophe, irony. Okay, so all these we will be discussing in our next lecture. So hope you all have understood this. Thank you everybody.